The papyrus, putting on my table every month. I don't wanna be sad. Don't even try to hide it. No, I don't wanna lose it. And you see how it is, it's so inviting. The papyrus, we're all so alive. The papyrus.
We bring you the Papyrus TV news update. Welcome. The headlines. Igbo lawyers condemn Census Committee exclusion of Southeast, South-South. Tinubu government declares Minna Airport as official alternative to Abuja. Delta State Governor, entire PDP structure defects to APC in major political earthquake. Civil Society Coalition backs Femi Falana over Rivers Administrator removal. Nigerian Customs to reinstate controversial 4% FOB import charge. Former Benue governor cancels birthday celebration in honor of farmers killed in Benue attacks. Popular artist named Benue State Technical Advisor. Now the details. The apex body of Igbo lawyers in Nigeria, Otu Okaiwu, has fiercely criticized the composition of the newly constituted Presidential Committee on the 2025 National Population and Housing Census, accusing the federal government of deliberately marginalizing the Southeast and South-South regions. In a statement released on Monday, April 21st, signed by its president, Mazi Okechukwu Unegbu, and secretary, Chief Ben Ihesulo, the group expressed utter disappointment over what it described as an orchestrated exclusion of the two regions from a process that carries deep political, economic, and developmental consequences. According to Otu Okaiwu, of the 7 committee members appointed, 5 hail from the southwest, with the remaining 2 from the north central and northwest, leaving out the entire southeast and south-south. The group called this omission not just negligent, but a calculated act of marginalization, warning that it reinforces a long-standing pattern of systemic exclusion against the Igbo and their neighbors in the South-South. Describing the census as a vital determinant of resource allocation and political representation, the lawyers warned that ignoring entire geopolitical zones violated the principles of federal character and inclusion enshrined in Nigeria's constitution. They demanded an immediate reconstitution of the committee to reflect true national diversity or risk widespread resistance, hinting at mobilizing communities across both regions to reject the census if left unaddressed. The group called on traditional rulers, civil society, and the international community to demand a reversal, stressing that there can be no peace where there is no justice. Meanwhile, the federal government has formally designated the newly refurbished Bola Ahmed Tinubu International Airport in Minna, Niger State, as the alternative airport to the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport in Abuja. Minister of Aviation and Aerospace Development, Festus Keyamo, made the declaration during the launch of commercial flight operations by Overland Airways from the Minna facility. Keyamo emphasized that the Minna Airport is equipped to handle large aircraft such as Boeing 747s and 777s, wondering aloud why it had remained underutilized for so long despite its strategic location and international-grade infrastructure. The runway is an international runway. Our eyes are on this airport, Keyamo stated, instructing aviation agencies like the NCAA and FAAN to treat the Minna facility as a standby hub for flight operations out of Abuja. The move is expected to enhance aviation traffic in the northern region, provide relief during peak periods at Abuja's airport, and boost economic activity in Niger State. Continuing, in a dramatic political realignment, Delta State Governor Sheriff Oborewori, his predecessor Ifeanyi Okowa, and all top-ranking members of the People's Democratic Party (PDP) in the state have defected to the ruling All Progressives Congress (APC). The announcement was made on Wednesday in Asaba by Senator James Manager, following a marathon 6-hour meeting at Government House. The move, which includes the Speaker of the House, the state PDP chairman, all local government chairpersons, and key stakeholders, signals the collapse of the PDP's hold in one of its traditional strongholds. Commissioner for Information Charles Aniago likened the party's decline to palm wine, whose taste has changed, saying the leaders had to change the drinking party. He added that the decision was unanimously taken to protect development gains in Delta and reposition the state within the national political landscape. A formal declaration of the defection is scheduled for Monday, signaling a seismic shift in South-South politics with potential ripple effects across the region. In another development, a coalition of civil society groups under the banner of the Civic Room for Rule of Law has joined calls for the immediate removal of Vice Admiral Ibokete Ibas retired, the controversial sole administrator of Rivers State, accusing him of breaching presidential directives and acting outside the law. The coalition endorsed earlier criticisms by human rights lawyer Femi Falana San, highlighting Ibas's alleged unilateral appointments and dismissals despite lacking a legal framework for governance. In a statement signed by its president, Barrister Maxwell Igbo, the group warned that Ibas's actions could destabilize Rivers State and undermine democratic institutions. The people of Rivers State deserve better than to be governed by an unelected official who disregards the law with impunity, Igbo stated. The coalition praised the House of Representatives ad hoc committee for summoning Ibas and urged a full investigation into his conduct. They reaffirmed their commitment to transparency and good governance, warning that continued impunity could worsen tensions in the already fragile political climate of the state. In other news, the Nigerian Customs Service (NCS) is set to reintroduce the suspended 4% free onboard FOB import charge, following consultations with stakeholders despite earlier backlash from businesses. The Comptroller General of Customs, Bashir Adeniyi, made the announcement during a press briefing in Abuja, where he also revealed that the service granted over 95.1 billion naira in duty exemptions on food imports between 2024 and Q1 2025. Adeniyi acknowledged that while the suspension of the FOB levy earlier in the year created temporary relief for importers, its absence disrupted customs revenue projections. The proposed reinstatement, however, is likely to spark fresh concerns among importers and consumers due to the risk of inflationary pass-throughs. Nonetheless, the CG defended the service's broader food security efforts, crediting the duty waivers on rice, maize, sorghum, and wheat with a 12 to 18% drop in prices. He stressed that both immediate and long-term exemptions are beginning to ease food costs. On another front, Adeniyi also disclosed that Nigeria will soon begin diplomatic talks with the United States over a new 14% reciprocal tariff imposed on Nigerian exports. The Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investment is leading the talks, with Adeniyi emphasizing a regional approach that aligns with Nigeria's position as ECOWAS chair. Furthermore, former Benue State Governor Samuel Otom has cancelled all events planned for his 64th birthday in response to the recent spate of killings by suspected Fulani militia across 7 local government areas in the state. In a statement issued by his media aide, Teve Akasi, Otom said it would be morally wrong to celebrate while his people suffer. The former governor extended his condolences to the victims' families, reiterating the need for spiritual intervention to halt the violence. He called on Nigerians to pray for President Bola Tinubu, Governor Hyacinth Alia, and SGF George Akume to be divinely guided on tackling the state's deepening security crisis. Expressing gratitude to God for his life, Otom reaffirmed his commitment to service and peace, choosing to stand in solidarity with the grieving families, rather than mark his personal milestone with festivity. Conclusively, Benue State Governor Hyacinth Alia has appointed music legend Innocent Idibia, popularly known as Tubaba, as his technical advisor on entertainment and community outreach. The announcement, made in a now viral video, saw Governor Alia commend Tubaba's long-standing contributions to the state and the creative industry, saying the singer's influence could help drive youth engagement and community development initiatives. Tubaba, who hails from Benue, is one of Africa's most celebrated artists and a vocal advocate for social change. The appointment is part of the governor's broader strategy to tap into the power of entertainment as a tool for grassroots mobilization and public enlightenment. The news comes amid growing public interest in Tubaba's personal life, following his separation from longtime partner Annie Idibia and reports of a proposal to Edo State lawmaker Honorable Natasha Osawaru.
The papyrus, put it on my table every month. I don't want